Hi, I'm Claire and these are some of my recent favourite things. This video was going to be autumn favourites. This is what my patrons on Patreon voted for, but then I got ill and lost my voice and could only record this now in the first week of December, so perhaps a little bit belated for autumn favourites. I'm going to talk about the things that are my favourites right now. Now without further ado, let's get into it with the first of my favourite things right now, which is the season itself. I love the end of the year, that period of time, end of autumn, beginning of winter, getting ready for the end of the year and the holiday season. I am one of those atheists that absolutely loves Christmas. I really enjoy just the food and the atmosphere and spending time with the people that I love. I'm going to go home to France for Christmas to just see my family, and then I just have a bunch of holidays booked as well around Christmas, which is going to be lovely because I'm going to be able to relax a bit, read. I realise this sounds a lot more like things that I'm looking forward to in winter rather than my favourites for autumn, but the thing is I love this feeling of anticipation and of getting ready for the holidays. I love to spend time thinking about Christmas presents and what I want to get people. I love preparing food and looking up recipes and stuff like that. I just really enjoy this sense of everybody kind of gearing up to a special time of year together, and I realise this sounds really naff, and if you're not someone that celebrates Christmas, it's probably really super annoying. But it is something I'm enjoying right now, especially since a lot of people are doing Vlogmas and I'm getting to see loads and loads of extra videos from people that I like. Favourite number one at the moment is Christmas anticipation and Christmas shopping, and then favourite number two would be Vlogmas. And then for my favourite number three, I have to admit that I am absolutely this basic. I am thrilled to see the return of holiday flavoured drinks in coffee shops. Ever since pumpkin spice lattes came back for the Halloween season, I have been drinking nothing but that. I have recently swapped over to gingerbread lattes. I'm very excited about them. I love them a lot. This year Costa is doing a caramelized orange flavour that you can get in your hot chocolate, and that has been absolutely delightful. 100% a basic witch, I do not care. I love me some gingerbread lattes, pumpkin spice lattes. For my next favourite, I'm sure everyone will be absolutely shocked to hear that I am loving She-Ra and the Princesses of Power on Netflix. I had absolutely no doubt that I would love it because, you know, the show is ran by Noelle Stevenson and her graphic novel Nimona is one of my favourite books of all time. I am really enjoying the show. We've been watching it relatively slowly because I'm watching it with John and we're watching 1 or 2 episodes with dinner when we don't have something else that we want to watch. So taking it a little bit slower than I would if I were left to my own devices. Because 100% if I were watching it on my own, I would have binge watched it on the first day that it came out. But I think it's actually nice to watch it over a longer stretch of time and have time to kind of think about each episode in between and kind of have more of an impression of time, I guess, between each episode so that it doesn't feel like everything happens in an instant, I guess. I don't have super detailed thoughts about the whole show right now, obviously, because I'm only a few episodes in, but I'm really enjoying all of the characters. I think Adora is a very convincing lead. I love the transformation sequence that we've got. The fact that there is a transformation sequence to She-Ra, I think pretty much in every episode, is such a lovely kind of throwback for me, and I'm sure other people my age watching the show, to stuff that was on TV when we were kids. I don't know, is it making anybody else weirdly nostalgic for Cardcaptor Sakura, or is that just me? Next up, I've got this new soap from Lush, which I've been loving recently. I'm not sure that I've ever done a favourites video where I wasn't talking about a Lush product because I have a problem. But this is a new soap from the Christmas range at Lush. It is very unimaginatively named Christmas Citrus Soap 2018. So if you are interested in this, that's what you look for on the website or in the shop. But it is adorable. It's in the shape of a lemon. It's this kind of lemon lime-y sort of colour. It's got, I guess, lemon peel in it, and it is just really lovely and fresh. I really like using fresh citrusy scents like that in the morning to kind of wake me up and get me ready for the day. If I'm having a bath in the evening, I will usually also go for something not too sweet and not too florally, but I will let myself be tempted towards something with, like, say, bergamot in it or something like that. But for soaps especially, and for soaps that I'm using in the morning for my everyday washes rather than, you know, a bath bomb, something that I use for relaxation, then I really much prefer either this or the Outback Mate soap, which is the blue one. Those are really it for me. As I said earlier, at this time of year I want to be cooking absolutely all of the food, and I have been doing that recently in my brand new slow cooker. I'm very excited about it because everything that I've made in it so far tasted amazing. I've been looking up slow cooker recipes left, right and center. By the way, if you have a slow cooker and you have a favorite recipe, please let me know in the comments because I really want to try loads more things. So far I've made some sweet stewed apples with loads of spices, which have been really great to pop into my oatmeal in the morning for like something a little bit more interesting than just plain cinnamon oatmeal. I've also made some lovely beef stew, which was really great to make in that particular slow cooker because it's got this thing where you can take out the bowl of the slow cooker and put it directly on the hob and kind of sear meat in there if you need to do that, or kind of start by, I don't know, caramelizing some onions or something like that, and then you can pop it back into the slow cooker, put all of your other ingredients in and some water, and then just pop the lid on and let it go for 4, 6, 8, however many hours you leave it on. But you know, you can make a big stew in your slow cooker without having to first like take out a pan and sear the meat and do all of these things that a lot of the times I look at slow cooker recipes and I'm like, this shouldn't be using 5 pots. Like, the point of the slow cooker is to chuck everything in and then let it do its thing. So I really enjoy the fact that this particular model that I got, it can go on the hob, and then of course it can go in the dishwasher, which is very good. And so far it's been very easy to clean. And I've also found that it's very good to keep your mulled cider or mulled wine warm while you're having some board games away with your friends and you don't want to be standing over the stove to check that everything is fine every 5 minutes. So that is also a point in its favor. And my final favorite for this video might be a little bit of a controversial opinion. It is Scribd. I recently got a Scribd membership and I've been really enjoying it. Now I know that people have a lot of strong opinions about Scribd. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, Scribd is an online subscription service where you pay £9 a month and then you can read ebooks and audiobooks. They call it an unlimited service. It's not actually unlimited. They put a bunch of limitations on what you can read based on an algorithm that they will not explain. And that is what a lot of people don't like about Scribd, the fact that there is no real way for you to tell when the algorithm is going to decide that you can't read a specific book until the end of the month, and also the fact that Scribd, in all of their marketing, call themselves an unlimited service, which is just not true. Now I know so far it doesn't really sound like it's a favorite because I've just been telling you why people don't like it, but the fact is that it is £9 a month, and that is almost half the price of an Audible membership, and I have been listening to more than one audiobook every month so far since being on Scribd. And sure, there are audiobooks that are not available on Scribd, whether it's because they are Audible exclusives or they just don't have a deal with Scribd, but it is still a pretty good selection. I've been able to find a lot of things that I'm interested in listening and interested in reading. There are a lot of comic books on Scribd that I really want to read. I have read like 6 comic book volumes this month and they were all on Scribd, so at least as far as I'm concerned, Scribd so far has been worth it for me. I guess if you have a really good local library that really caters to your particular wants and needs, then that might not be as good of a proposition for you. But for me, my local library does not have a lot of SFF, does not have a lot of comic books, so I've been really happy with the kind of things that I've been able to find on Scribd. So all in all, after using Scribd for a couple of months, I think it is worth it for me. My 2-month free trial ran out and I decided to keep up my membership and start actually paying for it with my own money, because like I said, it is much cheaper than my Audible membership was. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of things, and I feel like this section of the video has already gotten quite messy and quite long. So if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments and I'll make sure that I respond to that. I will pop a link to Scribd in the description as well. This is of course not like a sponsored video or a video that I've agreed to do with Scribd. This is just me mentioning that I've been enjoying it and like letting you know, in case you are interested, to go and check it out, all of the caveats ahead of time, because I think having adjusted expectations as you go into it is possibly the best way to enjoy it. But yeah, if you are interested, there's a link in the description. You can get some free time of Scribd listening. I started with a 2-month free trial. You can also start with a 2 months free trial. I think if people sign up for a free trial using that link, I will also get some free listening time, but this isn't like an affiliate post or a sponsored post or anything like that. Like, it's just one of those links, like invite a friend, they get a nice thing, you get a nice thing kind of. I'm sure these have a name in marketing, I just don't know what it is. Anyway, those were some of my favorite things right now at the end of autumn, beginning of winter. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I want to say a big thank you again to my patrons at the $3 and up level who voted for this topic. And if you are a $3 and up patron, or you're interested in signing up for that, the vote for the December video is currently running and will still be running for a couple of days by the time this video comes out. So I will also leave a link to that in the description box. I need to remember all the links that I have to add. Please feel free to poke me in the comments if I have forgotten to add some links. In the description, I probably will. If you'd like to see more from me, you can check out a previous video on screen right now. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button that's on my face for a new video from me every week. I've been Claire, thanks so much for watching, and see you soon.